Oh, I have another one. Where will this game be played? Will it be played in Pakistan? The appetizer to the World Cup, more formally known as the Asia Cup, is upon us. And we thought we'll have some fun. If your idea of fun is to make an all-Asian 11, which is of current players, of course, the best Asian 11 we could come up with. So we decided, much like the ACC, to get prominent voices. One prominent voice from Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Pakistan, and obviously they'll be outnumbered by 3 voices from India. This is pretty much how things happen in our part of the world. So it's a hello to Andrew Fernando, Daniel Rasool, Mohammad Isam, and George Binoy. I'm going to go to Dustin Salgado first, whose bright idea it was to come up with this concept, and he's already got his 11. So I'm going to do this differently this time on ESPNcricinfo Run Order. Dustin will give us the 11, and then we will give our polite feedback to it. Dustin, take it away.
Yeah, so this is my 11 based on some stats, but mostly just players I like. Opening, there's Rohit Sharma, Leighton Das as my wicketkeeper opener, Babar Azam, Virat Kohli, Charith Asalanka number 5, Hardik Pandya, Shadab Khan, Rashid Khan, and then the fast bowlers Shaheen Afridi, Jasprit Bumrah, Haris Rauf. So that's my Asian 11.
Dustin, so you've made Kohli make way for Babar Azam at number 3, yeah?
I mean, you can switch that order. That's not that important.
The Indian captain has just spoken about flexibility in new ways that we've never heard of before.
Flexibility zaruri hai.
Okay, so now everybody has to be flexible in this team. So I'm going to go with the headline first up. Dustin's just thrown away that 11. Where is Shakib? Isam?
Exactly, where is Shakib Al Hasan?
Shakib Al Hasan is possibly banned.
Doesn't want to come to
Possibly.
I mean, what I mean is if I have an Asian 11, I have to have an 11 of players who I know are not going to suddenly get banned or not want to go and play a certain match or not like the umpire and therefore not want to play. So that's why I didn't have place for Shakib.
Or may not break the dressing room door.
Yeah.
If this is what you have to apply, then Bangladesh would never be able to pick Shakib. And we would be deprived of the greatest ever all-rounder from our part of the world. Sorry, Sam, yes.
No, he's a very responsible person now. He's captain of all 3 formats, as you can see. Tests, ODIs, T20s, whatnot. He's recently said that he can be a better board president than the one currently. So he's taking big decisions. You know, what do you expect? I mean, he's the best all-rounder in the world. How can he not be in an Asia Cup 11?
I do think that's the spot that has the most, that spin bowling all-rounder spot, it has the most competition from across the teams. I think like a lot of the 11 picks itself, but you've got Shadab there, one into Hasaranga.
There is a lot of competition there, but I do think that Hasaranga stands slightly higher above the rest when it comes to that, especially when you think of current form, because I picked my team on current form, which is partially why Shakib missed out slightly, and it's also why I'm slightly surprised Dustin went with Jasprit Bumrah, who hasn't played a competitive game for quite a while now. That's why Bumrah doesn't make the cut for me, and that's partially why Shakib doesn't make the cut for me. I'm just prioritizing current form over everything else.
Yeah. The one thing with Hasaranga is that he's never been as outstanding in ODIs as he has been in T20. So he absolutely rocked the LPL this year, top scorer, top wicket taker.
Come on, Fidel. Just look at how he was bullying teams in the qualifier. That was a high standard of opposition.
I think he got to 20 wickets against in the first round of the qualifier. And then Mahesh Theekshana took over and became Sri Lanka's main wicket taker against the slightly better teams towards the end. So, I mean, Hasaranga, I think, is still working out his ODI game.
What about the wicketkeeper batter? Everyone happy with Mitchell up top?
No, so I've gone with Gurbaz. I think it's just a more fun option to go with. Once again, yes, I don't know quite how he translates to ODI cricket. I think he's done well of late, but most of his repertoire is in T20 cricket. But I'd be very comfortable going with a more aggressive option like Gurbaz.
I actually brought up Gurbaz yesterday too when Dustin showed me his fascinating team. So I have no problem with that. I'd like as many Afghans in an 11 with Kohli in it. Okay, let me do this differently now. So is everyone in agreement that Rohit's good, Babar good, Virat good, Hardik good, Rashid Khan good, and Shaheen good? All right, let's try and extend this. Then we will debate those first. Daniel and me are happy with Gurbaz. Litton is Dustin's choice. Isam, if you want to weigh in between Litton versus Gurbaz, and then Fidel.
I'll go with Gurbaz. Slightly more in form, I think. Litton, I think he has a bit of catching up to do in ODIs in the last couple of months.
Kusal Mendes isn't even worthy of a mention, Fidel.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably a mention, but I don't think on hasn't had the consistency of definitely not a Litton. And I also am worried for all of us because we've talked Shakib down a little bit. Now we're picking Gurbaz over Litton, and I for one live in fear of being hounded down by Bangladesh fans online. So I just want to mention out there that maybe I think Litton, the consistency that he brings probably beats over Gurbaz. Gurbaz is more fun, but I would go with Litton, but I think I've been outvoted on that.
Can I sound like a fringe ex-Indian cricketer expert and just say, look at the top order, it's filled with right-handers, and therefore it is important that we have a left-hander, so let's get Ishan Kishan ahead of Litton Dar, who's coming at the back of 3 consecutive 50s in ODI cricket against the West Indies.
If he makes the Indian 11 first, then we can consider for the Asian.
If you want a lefty, I guess you could put Fakhar Zaman in as an opener and then figure out a keeper somewhere else.
What do you mean figure out a keeper somewhere else? Half of the problems Indian cricket has had is because of figure out a keeper somewhere else. World cricket may have had such problems.
Since we need to have, as Fernando said, one Bangladesh cricketer definitely in the 11, maybe we put Mushfiq in at number 5 or something and put Fakhar up as opener.
Okay, Isam, just clarify. Sorry, before for all of us, how many of your ace cricketers are retired, unretired, likely to retire, available, non-available, injured, non-injured? So Mushfiq, Shakib, we've discussed, Tamim as well, who we're not discussing. But just clarify for the record for us, now, please.
Well, no one is retired. Not even Mashrafi is retired. So you can also. No, if honestly, there's a sure shot one-day cricketer right now from Bangladesh. There are two guys. I like Dustin's idea that Mushfiq could be a number 6. He scored a really quick 100 against Afghanistan, against Ireland recently. That strike rate has also gone up in the last few months. That is a significant change in his career. He wasn't the greatest of hitters towards the end, but now he's added that gear to his batting. With no Mahmudullah now, because he's now not being considered for the Asia Cup and very unlikely for the World Cup. So I think Mushfiq could be an option if we go for a number 6 who's a wicket keeper. I'm afraid I actually have no Bangladesh players in my final draft, which means I should be able to take some of the heat off Fernando when social media outrages. I've also tried to edge Bumrah out of the team, so I'm prepared for that onslaught as well. But yeah, I think one of the things, I don't know how many people had Charit Asalanka in, I know Justin did. I found a solid, proper middle order batter, someone who's reliable through the middle overs, picking one of those actually surprisingly hard hits. And in the end, it seemed like Asalanka kind of just jumped out at you because a lot of the other players were sort of top order batters that you could somehow demote and turn into middle order batters, whereas Asalanka just comes across as someone who actually can bat through the middle overs and has a pedigree there. And he's also a left-hander, so after 4 right-handers, you actually have someone there if you really want that variety.
Right. So the contentious call seems to also be Shadab. It seemed like Hasaranga v Shadab is a spot. So why don't we just straight get that out of the way? Dustin said Shadab. I think Daniel had said Hasaranga.
I think Shakib is going to be in the conversation. Still,
and right? Shakib in the conversation. Yeah, fit it.
Again, I'm favouring the kind of boring option here. Of the 3, the most kind of reliable is Shakib, the most proven. Has done pretty well on Sri Lankan tracks in the past, so if we're taking conditions into account. Shadab, a little bit less proven, one in the Hasaranga. I think both Shakib and Shadab are probably more reliable in one days than one in the Hasaranga. So definitely, I'd probably put Shakib in.
I think that's a fair call because you have Rashid in the team anyway.
Yeah.
But Shakib at 7 Shakib is not a number 7. He's a number 4 or a number 5. But anyway, I guess you can do Tawai Macha, as Rohit Sharma said.
Yeah.
So we can drop our number 6 down to 7 and have Hardik back.
Yeah, that works. That works. Hardik and Rashid together at 7 and 8. Okay, cool. So we've got Shakib in there. Asalanka has been given a very nice vote of confidence given his recent form.
The other one that I should have butted in, but Mehdi Hasan Miraj, 2 unbelievable innings against India last year. improved batting. He's one all-rounder. I mean, obviously in terms of bowling, he's not a Shadab Khan or a Rashid Khan, but he's another all-rounder that Bangladesh will definitely bank on at number 7. I mean, they're batting one less batsman because he's doing the job at number 7. So he's one guy to look out for.
And everyone, there's a lovely feature written by Isam that's just gone up on the site recently. Please do read it on Mehdi Hasan Miraz.
That
Very
was the whole
nice.
idea.
Very, very, very well done. Almost like it was on the spot. Yeah, and it wasn't planned. Haris Rauf, is everyone favorable for Haris Rauf?
I think there's a compelling case for Mohammad Siraj on recent form. He's been exceptional in ODIs with the new ball.
Isn't it tempting to just go full house with the Pakistan bowlers because we have to be on brand? Shaheen, Haris, Naseem, just go all in.
Shaheen, Haris, Naseem. I don't mind that actually. I don't know if there is a compelling case for any of India's bowlers, however good they've been recently.
No, I mean, look at how Bumrah bowled in Ireland. I know it's Ireland, but I mean,
Come on.
I mean, if you're picking an 11 to play like the next game, you pick Jasprit Bumrah. I know he hasn't played a while, but
I mean, if you wanted to go for something a bit fun, Dilshan Madhushankar, the left-arm seamer from, did really well in the last Asia Cup. Famously took Kohli's wicket, bowled some in-swinging Yorkers up the top. That's an option. I also think that you have to look at if you have two frontline seamers, lots of Sri Lankan tracks, especially Ketarama, end of the tournament, you need an extra spinner maybe. And then I think Mahesh Theekshana comes into the possible reckoning there. So
that's interesting because if you'll already then have two seamers plus Hardik and then Rashid and Shakib, so you can actually play around with that last bowler spot either way. You could go spinner or seamer. So that's not the worst call. Also, Naseem can bat, right?
He averages 3 in ODI cricket with the bat. So let's see.
and you have Shaheen to bat at number 9, so you don't have a problem.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So Bumrah or Naseem? Those in favor of Bumrah, please raise your hands, your real hands. 1, 2, 3. Those in favor of Naseem. Let's see if Naseem gets 3 votes. Those in favor of Naseem. 1. Oh,
Late vote.
Yeah. All right. In which case, we just go with whatever the 3 Indians wanted. Dustin, George, what do you want? Okay, Bumrah stroke Naseem. You guys can ask. How about Bumrah and Naseem? Can you fit both of them and not Haris Rauf? Or is Haris Rauf someone we want definitely in this team? Daniel, is he a walk-in into this team?
Yeah, I mean, I think he has more ODI pedigree. Naseem, let's not forget, he's only played 8 ODIs, 3 of them against the Netherlands, the rest against a weaker New Zealand side. So I think, Haris just has slightly more pedigree. Even though Naseem looks really good, averages less than 15, I think, with the ball, 25 wickets. But I think on experience, Haris walks in right now.
I've changed my mind. I'm going for Bumrah. That's what I do. All right. So we're 4-2 for Bumrah ahead of Naseem, just to finish this off. And I'm happy with Haris Rauf. So that is now a truce. That is diplomacy, right? That you put Haris Rauf in. Anybody else who wants to throw in a name that we haven't mentioned that you think is worth mentioning? Mehdi Hasan, I think, was a really good name. Dustin had actually thought long and hard about Mehdi Hasan before we made his 11, or before he made his 11. Yeah. Any other names?
I think if you're strengthening spin, I think Mahesh Theekshana. So if the conditions allow for an extra spinner to be bowled, I think he probably is the lead.
So that's fair. Let's make a 12 and put in Theekshana. Very well. Lots of names discussed, but this is our Asian 11. Rohit Sharma, Rahmanullah Gurbaz, the keeper, Babar Azam, Virat Kohli, Charit Asalanka, Hardik Pandya, Shakib Al Hasan, Rashid Khan, Shaheen Afridi, Haris Rauf, and Jasprit Bumrah, with Naseem Shah robbed of his place in this team, and Mahesh Theekshana as a very capable 12th man if you want to go extra spinner instead of Seamer. Gurbaz will be keeper. Who will be captain? One name from each of you. That's it. Daniel, captain.
Rashid Khan.
Rashid Khan. George.
Rohit
Sharma. Dustin.
Shaheen Afridi.
China. Wow, we're really going to get a majority on this. Isam.
Rashid Khan.
Oh, 2 for Rashid Khan. Fidel.
3 for Rashid.
It's done. My vote is useless. So Rashid Khan will be captain in a team that has Rohit Sharma and Babar Azam and Virat Kohli and Hardik Pandya, all of whom are capable contenders of captains. See how peaceful Asian Cricket Council meetings can be if we all just got along. This is the ACCC, the Asian Cricket Council of Cricinfo, and I call time on this meeting. We're done.